when we looking at these players, we also got to look at the inside of their minds, but we really can't talk about it because she hasn't shown receipts for it.
Right.
So I think it's more to it that she cannot control. But
Okay.
because she hasn't said anything, we can't go any further, which would take part into how she runs her game and how she speaks out and how she reacts to certain things. It's
Yeah.
definitely there, but she hasn't come out and expressed it to anybody.
Yeah, I feel you. You saying that you feel like she may needs real help, but we don't know because obviously, none of us are doctors, and she ain't come out and say nothing. So she might need real help. So
Send me that
we
code again, AD.
have to give her some grace. I'm with you. I'm with you there,
I got to
ADP.
run back up.
But I
I be
also,
letting.
even though I think she needs grace, I also feel like she need to take some type of accountability,
Yes.
some level
Sometimes
of
when you
accountability.
have those type of issues, and it depends on what exactly it is uncontrollable unless you take certain things for it.
Right, right.
So
I'm with
that's
you. I
why I
agree
said
with
we
you.
have to look at the inside of the
I
player's mind too
don't.
when we talk about their games too. It's not just about their I love it. I love the stats, I love the numbers, I love them being on the teams and stuff, but it's more to the person. So when we look into these particular players, we gotta also look at their mindset too.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel you.
I mean, it's out there. If now, guys, if the information is available, is if it's not, then yes, you can speak. You're free to speak whatever you want, right? But if it is out there, then we can understand her perspective a little bit better. Not saying she's right at all. Like I like Kennedy Carter, but
Right.
right is right, wrong is wrong on something. Some things we can say that some things are opinions. But
Yeah.
I really think that when we talk about certain players, we have to look at all the aspects, the overall aspect of it.
Right.
absolutely.
But
I will
she's
just.
just one of those ones that haven't came out and spoke on it.
Right. Right. I
I
feel
didn't
you.
speak
Listen,
on.
before you go, bro, Claude, I just want to piggyback off something she said. To your point, ADP. Again, like I said, I still stand on. I think she's a grown woman. She needs to take some accountability, but I do understand giving her grace. If you take a person like Meta World Peace, aka Run on Test, same thing. If you take a person like Draymond, same thing. These are people who needed to step back and talk to a therapist, right? So sometimes people have things going on where they need extra help. So I do agree with you. Some grace need to be shown, but and still in the case of Meta World Peace and still in the case of Draymond, they still had to take some accountability for their actions, even though they might have had real issues going on within themselves. You get what I'm saying? So I do feel like Kennedy Carter deserves some grace, but I do feel like Kennedy Carter is also a grown woman that needs to take some accountability for her actions too. So I feel what you're saying, ADP. I agree with you. I ain't pushing back on that. Get steady serving.
Okay. So y'all know, it's public anyway. My daughter is bipolar schizophrenic. My 31-year old. She has two children. Two grandchildren, and just giving y'all a little bit of what I know. I know what I know, and when you know what you know, you you have to also put your personal aspect of life. So I want y'all to know. Some people got offended, um, KSAP, on one of the last shows that we did before the season end. I know you. I think you remember what I was talking about. Needing help. Do you remember that? And it was like, oh, you not know there. I didn't. I never put it out there, but I've been dealing with my daughter, bipolar and schizophrenia for 4.5 years now. She's 31 at this time, and when she gets locked in, um, she can't get off of it. She in other words, to say what I'm trying to say is that she own what she own once she get locked in on anything or any if she feel like that you're treating her wrong, or she feel like any resentment, or she feel like that you're telling her no, and she keys and horns in on that, because she done been all over social media saying certain things. You got what I'm saying? Um, about her mother in particularly, um, and her siblings. Not so much me because I'm soft when it comes to that. Um, she got to have some type of place. Not that I excuse her decisions, excuse the violence, excuse because she can get violent. She can see one of her sisters and she wanna fight them just because she thinking that they saying something in their head about her, and she ain't heard. You ain't heard nothing, and they ain't said anything. Just the way they look. So when I see certain things, y'all, I'm just being honest from a personal aspect. I know y'all didn't know that, but just a little bit knowing about your big brother. I deal with my daughter, making sure that she's in a best situation of mental health. I also had a nephew that I raised that's bipolar and schizophrenic. So it's just not just my daughter, it's my nephew that I raised, in my house. Uh, you know, Dealing with that mental health thing is a very, very serious thing.
Facts.
And me myself, I'm a sore loser too, AD. I was a sore loser pretty much all my life. I don't like to lose. I don't. That's why I don't gamble. I don't throw dice. I don't gamble. I know how to
I don't
play
either.
poker. I know how to throw dice. I know how to, how to get a bookie. My father was a big time gambler to the point where, the mafia was calling the house and saying, we're going to put some cement shoes on you. I'm just letting y'all know me personally. We in
Yeah.
Chicago. So, it is what it is. So, I would say that Kennedy, I hope if that's an issue, she gets some help, and the people that you have around you, right, doesn't not always have the best information for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, even if it's your mother, even if it's your father, even if it's your cousin, even if it's a sibling, sometimes people they looking at her as a money tree, actually. You know what I mean? Not specific people pointing them out. I know her father got a lot of love for her and cheering her on, and definitely talks about how he wanted to develop a good product. When they had that when she was talking about her father, in aspect of how he was training her up on how to dribble, tennis balls in the grass. So my whole thing is I'm gonna land my plane. You know, talking about Kennedy is hard wrenching for me because I think that she's a very special player. I think that honestly, I think that she is the second best shooting guard in the whole league, me personally. Meaning that not just shooter for as they talking about threes, but I'm talking about
Position.
the Allen
Position.
Iverson aspect.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
That's where I had at two second best. I agree with you.
yeah. So I'm just say we gotta leave it alone, y'all. She gone. She gone. She laid her own bed too. Like I tell my oldest daughter, sometimes you have to take responsibility. And daddy gonna always be here for you. But you gotta take responsibility in your decisions. And you
Fact.
have to, if you didn't take your medication, that's your fault. You didn't take your medication today, baby. That's your fault because you know that you're gonna get triggered. It's not nobody else's fault, and nobody else has. The world don't give a damn about you that you triggered today. The world don't care. They really don't. Y'all see the girl can't. She ain't got a damn job. They don't give a damn. She got triggered. She reacted, and she don't have a damn job right now.
Let me ask you this before you land your plane, before just to like end it on a positive note too. First of all, I love everything you said, and thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. You know, mental health is definitely important, and people need to hear that. And you know, I appreciate everything you said, but to like kind of spin it more on a positive note instead of talking about or saying, you know, she kind of made her own bed, which we all you know kind of know and feel. What do you think? And you know, landed with this, we all know the writing is on the wall, probably definitely with the Sky, probably right now with the WNBA. Maybe not, we'll see. You never know what news we're gonna hear in you know, in the next few months or whatever the case may be. But in your opinion, if you had to just throw your GM hat on or whatever, your management hat on, maybe you're a part of her team or whatever the case may be, what do you think is next for her though? Whether it's with the WNBA or not, like what do you think is next for Chennedy?
I think that she will be back into the league. I think that she also, I think that someone with the CBA, if she doesn't get in this year, the CBA will actually require for that type of help for mental health. That's one of the big subjects. I did look into that, you know, getting mental health, emotional health, you know, for the girls to be doctored on mentally, physically, and emotionally and socially, you know, even with the babies and whatever. So in the new CBA, so with the new CBA set up, it'll be a program. It's programs that are going to be moved around the actual league for a mental health situation, and they got one actually down there in Unrivaled. You guys, they got a mental health counselor down there right now in Unrivaled. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this. Man, I'm a little emotional about it, but we have to move on from talking about this baby that she didn't lost. You know, she 26. I get it. A lot of people like, hell, she ain't no baby, but she a baby to me.
26 is young. That's young.
Yeah, losing. She lost grace because assholes can't figure it out or don't have patience to say, okay, that incident happened. Now, if she put other people at risk, I could see that. I mean, throwing a chair, yeah, somebody could get hurt. That's serious. I mean, on my visual. Yes, but she didn't throw the chair to let y'all know the business, what I know. She didn't throw the chair at somebody. She just threw the chair out of frustration, and it put a hole in the wall and also bent up one of the lockers. Okay? So y'all know that. I do know that. Okay? But so people that were close or persons that were close said something. Like, you know, just like if one of y'all throw a chair and I'm by the lock or whatever, you ain't throwing it at me, but I'm like, man, this shit almost eat me. You know what I mean? Just out of frustration, because they done lost. Everybody feel bad. You know what I mean? It's gonna be shit talking anyway, and then an explosion go on in the locker room, back and forth. You know what I mean? You ain't shit. You ain't doing shit. Oh, you ain't doing shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? If I did, all of that went on. You got what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna get up off of this real fast right now. It's emotional. It's an emotional subject for me, and I think that, you know, a lot of people don't know when they talking. They don't know who they talking to, because I go through this every day of my single life. You get what I'm saying? If she gonna have a good day today, or she gonna have a bad day when my grandkids come over, if she feel like, you know what I mean? I mean, so it's It's a serious thing, y'all, that has to be attended with. I don't think that Chicago was the right place for her anyway, because they can't deal with physical problems. You got what I'm saying? They don't have a facility. So no, I don't think that she should come back this year. I think that she should go ahead. She done made over $1 million, like $1.3 million over in China right now for the signing she just did. I think that, if she tries to come back now, it'll be like, oh no, we ain't letting her in, or just wait till the CBA come. There's other things and benefits there. Everybody get to choose their team. It's gonna be an expansion of 2 more teams, so it's gonna be a job for her. I wouldn't even want her to go through the frustration at this point, unless it's a team that say, hey, we'll take that on, that got those type of facilities to take care of her, and that's it.
Now I'm gonna flip it. Let me just say this one thing. It still to me reflects bad on the WNBA, because as an association, if they felt all that was going on, like we've been talking about, that maybe she needed some help, it was there. It was there. They were supposed to give. It was their responsibility to give her that help, because what's that boy name? The boy with Draymond Green choked out Rudy Gobert on national TV, and they suspended him and made him go talk to somebody.
Yes.
And he playing today.
Yes.
So I don't understand how as an organization you talk about all these programs, and you pro this and you pro that, and you're an advocate for this, that, and the third. But when players have issues, then you just leave them out to the wolves. Even my job, and I'm pretty sure y'all job do too, have somebody you can call and get some help if you need some help, if that makes any sense. But to just act like she the only one that went to the left, because Courtney Williams run up on people a couple of times.
Man, we could sit back and name names if we wanted to. Courtney Williams, Skylar Diggins, Diana Taurasi. Come on now.
Yes,
Yeah.
So
it's a bunch of crash outs in the WNBA.
Look, I understand the mental health part of it, because trust me, I've dealt with it myself with my own kids.
Brittany Griner. I'm sorry. That would just pop in my head. I'm sorry.
My daughter is a social worker right now in the school system, so trust me.
You muted, K-Sal. We didn't hear that. I feel like you was causing confusion too, but you muted.
I said Bob Knight through the chair.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So all these things but it is up to, it looks really bad on the association, well, the WNBA, to me, that you didn't put anything in place. You just seemingly blackballing this person for having an argument or getting frustrated or upset in the locker room. I mean, I don't know. It's got to be more. I've always said this, K7. You know I have. It's got to be more than just throwing a chair. Come on, man. How many chairs been thrown? It's got to be more than that. You got to, something you're not telling me, because it can't be just that. Because like I say, Draymond Green choked the shit. Okay, on live TV.
That's that Saginaw came up out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, man.
Hey, he even said when he went and looked at the clip, he was like, you know what, maybe, you know what, Silver, I might need to go talk to somebody.
I might need to sit down with somebody. I might have to go and do that.
I might need to go and do that. So I think it's a bad look for them too, because no matter what happened with Caitlin, with all this stuff that went down, it's still gonna be a stain on this WNBA, because she's such a good player, AD, that they're gonna keep talking about it, because it's like, you're not telling us enough to make us be like, okay, did she run up on Jeff P and grab him by his collar and told, what is it?
I need some answers.
Right. So I think
She's too good to be sitting at the crib. Yeah, I need some answers ASAP. I think she's gonna get signed this season though, y'all. I think it's gonna be late, like real late into the, getting when things about to really take off in the season, about to start. Somebody gonna give her opportunity. Like, I think so too. He had hit the nail on the head with that one. That's just, I agree with, what she was saying with that.
And I get the accountability. Suspend her. Do whatever you need to do, but don't put her out the league.
But it's not gonna be for a lot of money either. It's gonna be for some.
Yeah. But it's gonna. But y'all gotta understand. So I didn't mean to cut you off, AD. Go ahead.
No, you good.
No. Finish.
No, I was just saying it ain't gonna be for a huge contract, and it's going to be not for a huge role either. It's going to be for like come off the bench type role if she accepts that, right? Obviously, she's going to have to accept it, but that's the type of contract I think she'll get. And if it's important to her to change her image and change the things that's going on, and for her to really have a spot in this league, then she got to swallow her pride and start from scratch and work her way back into the good graces of the league, man, and people taking a chance on her. I think she's worth it.
Crazy. You know what's crazy, AD? Everything that you said is true, right? But there's going to be more stipulations to it. It's going to be all kinds of clauses in that contract. It's going to be something like a behavior clause. You can't show the ref up. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. You know how they get incentives?
Free text and
yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you get a text,
that's so crazy.
But Keisha, I mean, I hate. It's hard to talk about this Chennedy Carter situation because it's unfortunate. And just like what Bro Claus said and just what ADP said, it's just a hard situation to talk about. But like Brooklyn said, when are you going to take accountability?
I get it, but throwing a check?
I know, but it wasn't that. We all
be more than that. That's all I'm saying.
But look, like I said, when we did that live long time ago, when they brought up the situation where she got that award overseas, I didn't know the reason behind it because I never knew that the previous year she was over there, she was getting in fights. She was showing up. She was getting into it with the refs. I never knew that. See, all that stuff started coming out. Like I said, what they'll come out in the wash will come out in the rinse, man. And we learned a lot about Chennedy Carter in 1 year, man.
And also piggybacking off that too, to Lakeisha, you got to think, because you brought up a great point earlier, saying that at your job you can't just go act a fool at your job, right? So I didn't know what Bro Claude just said. I learned that's news to me. Listen, Lakeisha, and you on my IG, right? Some of y'all on my IG, so y'all know what I do for a living. You already know that, like, in these organizations, it's certain things we can do and we can't do, right? I could get in an argument with one of my coworkers that I can't put my hands on them. Right, I lose my job. I lose my job, right?
I think that's nationwide. That's nationwide.
Right. No, absolutely.
Nationwide is on your side.
That's nationwide, absolutely. And then what also might be nationwide is probably is nationwide too. If I damage property, right? That's a lot more serious. Like that elevates things now, right? So you throwing a chair now. You throwing a chair that put a hole in the wall and then in the locker. I can see how Jeff P is like just steaming now. He's just and this we talking about an organization that really didn't want to, like they did it now because they had to, but they didn't want to get no damn facility. They didn't want to spend no money.
Just because you brought this up.
Yo, hold on, real quick. Hold on. Let me land my plane and go. So, they didn't want to. They took so long to buy it for the invest in a facility. They don't want to pay for no damn hole in the wall. It's a hole in the wall. They don't even want to pay for that. You get what I'm saying? So
they just all they had to do was call 1-800 choke that hoe, and they would have got somebody to come down there.
She said choke that hoe.
Listen. True story, no joke. True story, right? When I was in, I think the 6th or 7th grade, I think I might have been in the 7th grade. We lost a game of floor hockey. Right, we was playing in the upstairs gym, and our gym teacher's name was Mr. Stanbridge. he basically caused some foul shots. Me and the dude named Mike Harrison was beating these kids. And the kids happened to be some white kids, right? And we felt a certain way about it. And he gave them penalty shots with nobody to block it. It was like a tournament. We had been playing it for like a whole week or 2 weeks, a whole block, right? I was so mad after that. I went and got one of them old chairs, the chair with the ceramic. It got a little ceramic piece right here, and the ceramic piece you sit on, right? And it's metal. I had that chair, and I waited for him to come through the doors, and I threw it and blew his feet out, right? So, no joke, straight up. I told you I was sore loser. I blew his feet out. I run down to the locker room, and I go to my next class like nothing happened. They came and got me, right? They came and got me, took me to the principal. He was about to press charges on me. So my dad came and got me, right? I went home. My dad whooped me so bad because that chair cost $48. And I'll never forget how much it cost, because the whole time he whooped me, $48. He didn't care. He didn't care about I threw the chair, I hit the teacher, none of that. $48.
You cost the money that he
$48.
That he ain't want to spend.
You $48. I swear I swear to Jesus on this story. He whooped me so bad, I was suspended. But had I been able to go to school, he wouldn't have sent me, because I had black marks on my legs, bro. I'm talking black. You know what I'm saying? Black, straight up. That was the worst whooping, one of the worst ones he ever gave me. $48. It was about the money that he had to had to pay back to the school because of that chair broke.